qui croyais en l'avenir, tu as laissé mon cœur s'enflammer. Tu vois, je n'ai rien à te dire. Au fond de moi, tu as blessé mon cœur tout entier. Non, 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 non. Oh non, 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 non. Oh non, 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 non. Je ne veux plus jamais souffrir. Non, 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 non. Oh non, 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 non. Oh non, 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 non. Je ne veux plus jamais souffrir. Toi qui croyais en l'avenir, tu as laissé mon cœur s'enflammer.
Hello, New York City Transit fans and New York City Transit employees, and welcome to the review of the 2011 Novabus LFS, the first 40-foot LFS of New York City Transit from Novabus. Fleet numbers ranges from 8,000 through 8,089. In 2011, these buses were originally delivered to Castleton Depot in Staten Island, Ulmer Park Depot in Brooklyn, and Queens Village Depot in Queens. Then in late 2012, all of Ulmer Park's LFS were sent to Jamaica Depot in Queens, and all of Castleton's LFSs were sent to Queens Village Depot. Then, moving on to their powertrain, is that these buses, they are signifying the use of the Cummins EPA ISL 9 engine. But however, 8,000 through 8,014, they have the transmission of the Allison B400R Generation 4 or 5 transmission. '8015 through '8089, they have the ZF EcoLife 6AP 1400B transmission. These LFSs were pulled into New York City as the first successful LFS. Before, we had 2 LFS demonstration buses between 1998 and 2010 tested. In 1998, we had a 1998 Novabus LFS that was being tested out of Hudson Pier Depot, the depot in Manhattan that was terminated in 2003. Unfortunately, that bus failed due to its low standard of style and some structural problems. Until 2010, we had a 2009 LFS that was numbered 0055 being tested out of Ulmer Park Depot in Brooklyn, Michael J. Quill Depot in Manhattan, and Queens Village Depot in Queens. And indeed, it had passed its demonstration test. Therefore, a year later in 2011, the result became which was the 2011 LFS fleet had finally ran the streets of New York City. In July 2011, on a rainy day, my godsister and I were waiting at Flatlands and East 80th Street, and we caught an exclusive that looks like a concept bus. It was a 2011 LFS on a B6 we were waiting for. I was blown out with its futuristic looks on the exterior. After we got off that bus on Ralph Avenue, the bus sounded efficient as a concept of an RTS. In 2012, 8017 was in a catastrophe by being caught on fire after it ran over a mattress that struck its gas tank with the internal metal springs while it was running the S53 service across the Verrazano Bridge. So, this bus was put out of service for repair and upgraded warranty for 6 years until it ran since August 2018 under Queens Village Depot's roof. By late 2017, we had these LFSs from Jamaica Depot into my former work depot of Michael J. Quill. In fact, I had ridden and managed these buses. At my first time in the driver's seat, the driver cabin was more spacious than any other buses, which is because of the partition behind the driver's seat is so thinner. But what I dislike are the rear windows, and more worse, the front faces of these buses were plain and unattractive. No blue line for the front face except an MTA logo. Seeing these buses in my depot got me quite drained. Until 2019, these LFSs at Quill were transferred back into Jamaica Depot because of Michael J. Quill receiving more Excelsiors and varied length in the process of preparing to retire the RTSs. Improvements came in where in December 2018, 8026 was the very first LFS to get repainted with a blue stripe on the face. 8077 was the second unit to get this stripe, and 8070 was the third one for this refurbishment. And since then, we had several units mentioned in the forum that are repainted with a blue stripe on their faces. 8076 was the latest unit to get repainted by July 14th this year. Those blue stripes now increase their value that I expected. With presents, as more times being driven to Queens with my father on our way to my stepmom's house, seeing these LFSs all over Queens Village and Jamaica Depot near her house in the neighborhood of Jamaica. Since August 2018, these LFSs got their Via Nova screens installed. 8001 was the first to receive this screen back then, and 8004 was the latest unit to receive the screen this year. Now moving on to the analytics. Since 2011, looking at these buses from Novabus are what I call a modular low-floor SUV-looking RTS. These LFSs were the first buses to provide their status of durability as the goal from Novabus Company. I was one of the lucky young transit fans to ride this once in 2011 out of Ulmer Park Depot as their brand new bus on the B6. But sadly, their buses were given to Jamaica Depot by late 2012. By 2018, I had a big collection of these LFSs at Quill. It became my second time seeing these buses so close in person. I like everything else about these buses except the rear window on the back of the bus. Those rear windows made these buses classy in their design, influenced us to look from the back of the bus. On the other hand, it's a safety hazard by anything that can affect the health of the bus, such as rock throwing, vandalism, or any other criminal activities in addition to rear-ending accidents. So far, these LFS used to be my most disliked LFS, but their value exceeded with screens and the front stripes were added. Overall, these buses are rated 9.2 out of 10. So thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, And for the new transit fans, get your taste into these very first original classic LFS.
It's magic, baby.
C'est tout ça m'raille, tout ça m'aime, tout ça m'besoin, c'est tout ça l'mène, m'aime, tout ça l'fait, tout chanlier m've, tout petit geste m've, tout ça m'brenne, m'sait définition, tout ça creusier, m'bavle well, mais c'est tout ça m'désiré, li fait m'contact l'amour et tout ça plaisir, celle li compati ba femme dans tout ça m'mesuré, son l'amour grande chose, XXL, on l'amour sucré salé, on l'amour XXL, elle malade pour m'guérir, femme je kiss plus elle pas là, m'pa capter m'ta kouti Giselle.
Tout ça m'raille, fais-moi quoi tout ça pas vrai. Pas ouais la vie sans les potents, c'est tout ça m'pas vrai. Moi pas qu'à vivre avec, pourtant pas qu'à vivre sans lui. Moi pas qu'à vivre avec, pourtant pas qu'à vivre sans lui. Moi pas qu'à vivre avec, pourtant pas qu'à vivre sans lui. Moi pas qu'à vivre avec, pourtant pas qu'à vivre sans lui. Nous pas passer des jours sans pas gommer, même pas complet, l'aime sentir loin. Et c'est tout ça m'raille, mais son médicament lié pour moi. Il fait m'addicter, fait qu'elle m'palpite. À chaque fois m'décide d'y aller, m'pas qu'à quitter. Il fait m'sentir mieux, fait m'sentir ma vive. J'ai chou pas menti, fait m'sentir naïve. Et c'est quoi que m'pas que je m'païve. Pas qu'à contrôler mots, qu'est-ce qui m'arrive. Il fait m'addicter, fait qu'elle m'palpite. Il fait ma co à chaque lème décide d'y aller, m'a qu'à quitter.
Yo, il fait masser tout bâti, pourtant m'gonne vérité. Ça me sentit à plus fort, pourtant m'gonne vérité. Chaque jour passe m'da mon plus, mais chaque jour m'vle quitter. Même play m'pa et encore m'éviter chaque coup le mérité.
Li konn j'aime pour le faire petit, li konn m'baquer.
Li connaît le café mon pays, même si m'pas quoi.
M'connait le rime, même que tout m'baquer.
Et nous tous les deux avec, nous conscients même pas qui est. Soit empêcher m'goûter si ou ça m'capable faire un cas. M'pap quitter kounya ni tout, m'pap ka faire nota. Et pour ça le fait pour moi, pas gen l'autre cap ka faire un cas. Qu'elle n'a mêlé m'resier, m'pap ka faire un pas.
Li femme tout ça m'raille, femme quoi tout ça pas vrai. Pas ouais la vie sans les potents, c'est tout ça m'pas vrai. Moi pas qu'à vivre avec, pourtant pas qu'à vivre sans lui. Moi pas qu'à vivre avec, pourtant pas qu'à vivre sans lui. Moi pas qu'à vivre avec.